he lives in Florida now, and we need to hang out at the parks with him. I'm sorry, my Ring camera keeps going off. I don't know how to silence that.
He's a Floridian now. Isn't that crazy?
Why haven't we hung out with him much?
I don't know.
He's been here a few years now.
We just can't connect. I know. We have a misconnection with him.
With Rick Forbes.
Yeah.
Hi, Facebook. I'm hoping you'll help me. There's a host to the Monorail Tales podcast. And I'd really like to hang out with him.
I heard he was going to be in the park, and somehow we didn't connect. We missed him.
Missing each other.
I was on the bus, and he was on the Skyliner. Somehow I saw him. I saw him go by.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Rick. We're going to find you sooner or later.
From the Crush Studio in sunny Florida, this is the Disney Crush Podcast. And now your two tempests in a teacup, Dave and Tony Ann.
On this week's Disney Crush, we heard from our listeners about what makes our show special and what makes this community special. Episode 379 of the Disney Crush Podcast. Crush Your Love starts right now. Crush Your Love. Well, it's Valentine's Day. We're recording on Valentine's Day. The show will be long after Valentine's Day when the show comes out. Yeah, but it will be
okay. Yeah, Crush Your Love.
It'll be my 26th wedding anniversary when the show comes out. Well, no, that's the next day. So
wow.
We're in the Hanukkah has started. This is the 8 days of gift giving that Rich. It's 9 days. Rich he's got Valentine's Day on the 14th. He's got our wedding anniversary on the 20th, and then my birthday on the 23rd, which he lovingly named Hanukkah many years ago. 9 days of gifts for Tony Ann.
Well, the good thing about it is he gets it all done and over with real quick, so you don't have to worry about it. He's good the rest of the year. Just have to worry about, Christmas. That's it.
Yeah, and then every once in a while he'll try to do one. One year I got a minivan, so I really couldn't complain because he said that's for all.
Wow, that was an all for all.
I mean, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, Michael's coming, I think.
Well,
Hi, Mike.
He wants to get on some of this Crusher
What
love.
are you doing, Mikey? Where you going? And Dom's got the garage open, so I don't know what Michael's doing. He's going out the garage.
Uh-oh.
It's all right. Dominic's...
He's supervising, and that could be bad, too. We couldn't escape Michael.
No, he's okay.
Yeah, yeah, we put out a post. It's been a while now. I think back in December, I think we were just talking about it before the show that, we really do love hearing from you guys about, we kind of take the pulse of our listeners, our friends that listen to the show. And it's really kind of to see if we're doing things right, if people, what they like, what they don't like, if there's anything that they would change. And the thing I've noticed is our listeners are pretty honest, and they'll tell us, that one's not so good, or I don't, I like, this is what I like. And we really appreciate that. So.
Hi, Mike.
Well, we can't watch Saturday.
What do you want to watch? What do you want to watch on Saturday? I don't know what you're saying.
Always silent treatment.
Did you get a Valentine today?
Yeah.
From who? Yeah, you got one from me, but I thought you got one from a girl today.
Oh.
Did you get one today? What was her name? You don't know her name?
So, Saturday.
Tomorrow Saturday, yes. He's not interested in telling us her name. He's discreet with the matters of the heart.
Okay.
So Saturday.
What it's on Saturday?
Sub day.
Sub day?
Yes.
Did Dominic say he's getting you a sub?
Yes.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So, okay, so
I think Dom made you some pizza. Did you get some yet?
We can't get subs to Saturday.
Okay. All right. I'll see you later.
Wait, what?
Go ahead. Go eat your pizza.
Oh.
All right.
He doesn't have time for us anymore. He's been in and out pretty quick lately. Anyway, before Michael came in and shared his new girlfriend with us.
Which he doesn't know her name, which is good.
He was keeping quiet on that one. Yeah. We kind of just ask and you guys tell us. And that's kind of cool. And we do all this on our Facebook group, the Friends of the Disney Crush. And if you're not, jump on over there because we have a lot of fun there. There's some shenanigans that go on in there, and come join us over there.
We
Friends of the Disney Crush on Facebook, and we're on Instagram at _the Disney Crush.
I was thinking lately, back on what was it? I don't know, which episode was it? Our 100th episode, maybe, or our 200th episode? We did that episode where we explained all of our little inside jokes and things that we say.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're about due to do that again because we have so many more. We're almost up to 400 episodes. And
wow, you think we do? We have more?
We've evolved.
Wow.
Well, stuff has happened. I mean,
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. Was that before Naked Elsa, or did she already exist?
I don't know. I think I might have to go back and listen to it just to see.
It was definitely before Princess Stephanie, and there's been new stuff.
Okay, well, maybe we'll have to entertain that idea.
But we'll have to see, yeah,
and do that, yeah. Well, before we get into other stuff, I think how long is the Festival of the Arts been going on now?
It started on, I think, January 17th.
No, the year wise. How many years?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, it's been going on for at least 6, 7 years, 8 years.
I'm not sure.
7 years.
It was before COVID, so yeah.
Yeah. And this is, I think, the first year that I don't think I'm going to make it. I've done every single one. And this is the first one.
The only way I can make it is if I just go for the day next weekend for my birthday.
Yeah.
I did make park reservations for Epcot for next Saturday and next Saturday and Sunday, just in case, because I think they are going to sell out. I think they are going to run out. So I made reservations just in case I decide I want to go over there for my birthday, but I don't have any real plans to do so.
I almost went last weekend. I think it was me and Olivia were going to go, but it didn't work out. Yeah, but I don't know if I do. It will be this week. Like you, it would be this weekend if I try. If
right, because this weekend that we're recording, we're blocked out. So it would have to be next weekend, which makes me think it might be crowded because Florida residents were blocked out this weekend.
Right.
So I don't know, and it's the last weekend.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I'll make. Flower and Garden starts March 5th, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
March 5th.
I used to know this stuff, Dave. My life is crazy.
I think it starts March 5th and goes into 1st of June.
They've already posted menus and merchandise and.
It's the 30th anniversary of the Flower and Garden.
And so Flower and Garden was first. People think Food and Wine was first, but Flower and Garden was first.
See, you do know stuff. See, you just redeemed yourself right there.
I remember, Flower and Garden. They used to have people from HGTV come and do like little classes on, how to make your flowers grow and how to plant vegetables. They used to do things like that. Veronica and I went to a seminar years ago during Food and Wine. We learned how to make a poached lobster. It was a special class in the Wonders of Life Pavilion because they used to use that building for festivals. And we went to a class and we got to eat lobster and had a glass of wine. And it was only like $15. But they used to do these things at the festivals. The Flower and Garden Festival used to have flower and garden related seminars, and the Food and Wine Festival used to have food and wine related seminars. But they don't, and they were cheap. Like I said, they were like $15. And
I think they need to add another festival. I think the Flower and Garden Festival and the Food and Wine, they're just too long.
You want one in the summer?
Yeah. Well, summer, yes. I mean, I guess because,
they should just have like the ice cream festival.
No. I think they should have a music festival. They should have a music festival. A music.
Yeah, that'd be good. Sounds like they used to have sounds like summer music. They used to have cover bands play all summer. They had like a Bon Jovi cover band was called Slippery When Wet. The Journey cover band was called Don't Stop Believin'. And they used to do, it was called the Epcot Sounds Like Summer Concert Series. Sounds like, because they were cover bands. Yeah, the American Pavilion.
American Pavilion, yeah. Yeah, I know I'm talking about kind of like a Disney Springs vibe.
Oh, okay.
Where there's a lot of bands everywhere. And
that'd be cool.
in the country. So each country would have their own band that represents their country.
Dave,
You know.
why don't we do an episode of this, like festivals we need?
Okay.
We talked about we want to do an episode where we or even a 5-on-5 where these are questions that we could ask if we ever do a 5-on-5 again, Dave.
Oh, we can. I'm okay with that. It's been a while.
Because I wanted to ask people about the All-Stars. What fourth All-Stars would you design if you were an Imagineer? Because we have sports, movies, and music. What would be the fourth All-Stars?
Well, I think that would be cool. I think that would be cool. You know, because all these countries, Canada, Mexico, you know, everything, all the countries would have their own bands, and you could really. So
we'd have just like Bryan Adams and Anne Murray in Canada.
Could, yeah. But anyway, like that would be good. Music festival. You know, music is power. So, and that's from Richard Ashcroft. So,
I have a little news, just a little.
Okay.
Because we discussed last week some things. Just thank you again, Mike, for coming on the show. But we did talk about the Jelly Roll story, so we don't need to talk about that again. The Disney Villain stage show, Villains Unfairly Ever After, coming to Hollywood Studios this summer, will be 40 minutes long, making it even longer than Beauty and the Beast live on stage, which is 30 minutes. So it's going to be the longest stage show.
You know who's going to be happy about that, don't you?
Who?
Our friend, Karen Days.
Yeah. So it says this means more malicious monologues, wicked musical numbers, and spellbinding special effects, as some of Disney's most infamous villains finally get to tell their side of the story. It'll be in the Sunset Showcase, which is where Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy was. This all-new production transport guests into the Magic Mirror's mysterious realm where Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook, Maleficent, and more will step into the spotlight. So it's going to be 40 minutes.
That's amazing.
That seems long.
That is very long, but that's a big production. They better not screw it up.
Yeah. So today this week, I think yesterday and today we mentioned we're recording on Valentine's Day. They had villains. They called it Valentine's Day. They had villains at Hollywood Studios doing meet and greets. It was unannounced, but then word got out and people knew, and it was Valentine's Day. So that was a new thing. I like it when they give us some new things.
Yeah, well, they've been really doing a lot with the villains lately.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know why, but I mean, I think they're really prepping for it.
Yep.
So that's fine. Whatever. They need to bring a lot of other stuff back too, or bring to the parks. But like Oswald, hello, Disney. Are you out? Hello, Disney. Oswald. Okay.
Well, I have a lot of Facebook, Reddit, and other stuff.
So you want to do Facebook or Reddit? What do you want to do? I don't have a Reddit.
I do Facebook,
okay, we'll do them both.
Okay. Well, wait. I've just remembered something else.
Okay.
There was this week, or like earlier this week, I don't remember exactly what day it was, that a lot of the rides went down in Magic Kingdom and some in Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my understanding it was some kind of hydraulic pressure issue. Air pressure supply is what the cast members were saying. Magic Kingdom and Epcot have centralized compressed air with the exception of Tron. That's what they're saying. So it was like it was a few hours. And there was actually a Magic Kingdom after hours that day. And people were worried that it was going to affect the after hours. I don't know if it did, but I guess they got it figured out. But whatever it was a compressed air issue.
I know a few years back it was they had that power outage. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it happens. I mean, look, when you have a big, all that infrastructure and all that stuff going on, stuff's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks when it's your day at Disney and maybe it's your only trip, but
yeah, I don't know. Also, we've been talking about this since New Year's about this England issue that it was like packed with people, and Karen followed up last week or 2 weeks ago with her take on it. Carlin Ham messaged me the other day, and she told me that she she's been to Epcot on New Year's Eve 3 times or something like that. And that it happens, she thinks it happens every year in England, that there's a bottleneck there and it's a problem. So,
well, it is.
know.
That's a tight little spot right there.
So just avoid that side of the World Showcase, maybe. I don't know.
It is a little tight in there even with a regular crowd.
Yeah, she said she's seen it before, that this year wasn't anything different, but I don't know. Karen said it was different, and Karen was there this year, so I don't know.
I don't know.
Take that, for what you want, but Carlin said it's pretty bad every year.
Yeah, I would agree with Carlin.
All right, now you can do intro.
Oh,
Now I'm ready for you.
Now you're ready for Facebook?
Yeah.
On this week's The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly of Facebook. And we might even have a little bit of Reddit in there. Reddit. Did you read it? We got some Reddit. Bing!
So I'm going to just paraphrase this one because it's a big, whole, long production. My family went to Space 220 restaurant for dinner the other day, and I have to say we had a great time. My kids ordered chocolate milk, which came in kids' space cups. With this, a light-up ice cube was included. My daughter kept saying it tasted weird, but I thought maybe it was like a mix and she just wasn't used to the kind they were using, a different brand than what we use at home. When we got back to our room, I went to clean the cups, and my husband noticed it smelled very strong like iron battery metal. I decided to send them an email just to let them know this happened. I just received a phone call, and the lady said that everyone there is supposed to be aware that those cubes can go in juice, water, and almost everything else, but there is a reaction when they are served in milk and should not be placed in kids' cups with milk. She was very apologetic and kept saying she's a mother and was apologizing. They gave her an e-card because of it. She asked if the child needed medical attention, and they were prepared to take care of that. The child was fine, but don't get milk with a glow cube.
Wow, who would have thought that?
I never knew that.
That's interesting.
This one's, yeah, I don't know. Don't get them. It makes a reaction with the cube. This is from Reddit. This is not a complaint, just a friendly reminder to know what you're getting into when making a dining reservation. Last night, on a whim, my wife and I scored last-minute reservations to Whispering Canyon Cafe. To keep it short, if you're unaware, Whispering Canyon does not whisper. The staff loves messing with guests. Some of the tomfoolery includes loudly singing, bringing oversized mason jars of soda with 4-foot straws, and making guests move 8 to 9 bottles of ketchup around. My wife and I love it. However, we had front row seats to a party of 8 middle to older age adults. That's us, Dave. We're middle to older age adults.
Take it easy.
Who clearly were not ready for the shenanigans. It started when the matriarch literally clutched her pearls for a good 30 seconds after the server unceremoniously tossed a pile of 20 straws onto the table. Then came the loud scoffing at the ketchup bit, calling it rude and unnecessary, all while making jeering remarks about the stupidity of the waitstaff. They made zero effort to hide any of this, and while I was close, I still heard everything clearly. So, yeah. So they,
Wow, loosen up a little bit, man.
I guess they didn't know what the story was at Whispering Canyon Cafe.
Yeah, but it would take you too long. Wouldn't take you too long to figure it out. Oh, this is a shtick. Okay.
Yeah. David,
grumpy people.
Tell me if you think this couple's going to have a good trip or not. You ready?
Okay, hit me.
I've always wanted to go to Disney, but never had the opportunity. My husband swears we will never go, but I'm trying to show him that it's not as expensive as it seems. He hates crowds, doesn't see the point in waiting in line for half an hour or more for a ride. would it be worth looking into without expecting to go on any rides? Sorry, that's my Ring camera making that noise. What are the cheapest times to go? We don't do well with humidity and heat, but we also can't go anytime during the winter. Any tips on saving money and making it worthwhile? This family of 4 would probably be flying in. So, yeah. So her husband, she's trying to prove to her husband that it's not too expensive. The man hates crowds, and he doesn't see the point of waiting 30 minutes or more in a line for a ride. And they don't do well in the heat and humidity, but can't visit in the winter.
Yeah, good luck with that one. Yeah, I'd just scratch that trip.
I don't think this is the vacation for you. Maybe they should go to Disneyland. I think the weather's a little milder there. And
yeah, you're on the coast. Yeah, it's a little bit cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd scratch that one. Scratch it. Nope, try something else.
So did I tell you the story? I think we've talked about this before. Reports of people who have gotten birthday cakes at dinner and got charged for them.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
We talked about this. So this lady said that they went to Cinderella Royal Table for dinner for her daughter's birthday. Her daughter had a birthday button on, and all of a sudden the server brought out the Mickey cake, the dome cake with the ears, which when you make a dining reservation, they give you the option to add that on for $40. The woman swears she did not tick that box. But the server saw the birthday pin and brought out this cake, and the mother thought, oh, well, that's nice, because sometimes they bring out a special dessert when, sometimes there's pixie dust. And then they gave her a $40 bill for it. And people chimed in the comments, more stories of it happening to them. Apparently it's something that keeps happening, that people are getting charged for these birthday cakes that the servers are just coming out of the kitchen with.
Well, it's kind of like Mike last week with the Cokes.
Yeah, I guess so. But this is a cake they didn't order, and they bring it to your table. You think, oh, well, they must have seen Jenny's birthday pin, and and it's pixie dust, and it's apparently not pixie dust, because then you get a bill. I would have called the manager over and said, I did not order this. Yeah. And I wasn't going to make a big deal when you brought the cake to my child. Yeah, she got excited. I'm not going to say, no, to bring it back to the kitchen.
Yeah, I thought it was yeah. But I mean, if you get I could understand like one piece for whose ever birthday it is. Yeah. But if they bring out a whole cake, you got to think, wait a minute. And that cake it's a nice cake. It's a very decorative cake. And I'd be suspicious of that one.
But it's happened to several people, because in the comments, people kept telling their stories of the same thing happening. So if you see one of those cakes coming out of the kitchen for you,
and it's all at Cinderella.
Say, I didn't order that. Make it very clear. I didn't order that. It wasn't just Cinderella table. They said it's happened at other restaurants. People said.
Well, I'm going to start wearing a birthday button, even though it's not my birthday, and see if I can get
if you get a cake.
Yeah, and I'll just say, hey, I didn't order that. I didn't order that.
Yep.
After I eat it.
After you eat it.
Of course. I mean,
Okay. We flew into Orlando on January 16th, and I got a charge on my credit card for $10 from Nyack's Vending in Hunt Valley, Maryland. I tried searching the group and don't see anything. Does anyone know what this is? So people chimed in on this. It's a charge, Nayx Vending. And it's Hunt Valley, Maryland. It is what you'll see on your billing statement. Turns out a lot of people said that they've seen this bill, and they, in talking to people and figuring out what it was, it appears that it's the carousel in Disney Springs. Because the one in Disney Springs, it's like a vending machine. You have to put money in to get it. You have to put a credit card in. Mm-hmm. And so that's what it is. But also people have said when they go to the airport, if they get the luggage cart at the airport, that's the same thing. You put your credit card in, and it's the same company. So it is a vending company. So if you see that, try to think to anything you might have done where you put your credit card in a vending, because that's what it is. So
good to know.
Yep. Where's the night driving? There it is.
And now another missed connection. Ooh, yeah.
This one is from the Run Disney group. Okay, social media, time to do your thing. I think I may have found the love of my life, and I fumbled so hard. So please help me find this man. I do not know his name, but he did finish the marathon. I met him on the bus from Coronado Springs to Epcot, and we were chatting the whole time about race weekend. He was on crutches due to hurting himself in the marathon. I don't have his name because I have social anxiety and couldn't get myself to ask. But what I do know is he's from New Jersey, and he has a nice, capitalized, nice mustache. After the bus ride, he was going to get a wheelchair and was heading to Guardians. We were also heading there and joked about meeting up there, but we never found him again. Me and my friend have been talking about him for the past month because I regret not shooting my shot. So if anyone knows this man, please help me find him. And if Mustache Man is in here and sees this and isn't interested, just pretend you didn't see it.
Oh, God. You need to run, take that wheelchair and...
Well,
get those
actually,
wheels turning.
there was an update. There's an update. I have found the Mustache Man, and unfortunately, he is married with children. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone for coming together to find this man. Yeah. So Mustache Man is in fact married. So
Wow.
sorry.
What are the odds that they found that guy?
Well, she put it in a Run Disney group. He had broken it. He was on crutches,
Yeah,
and he had a
that sticks
nice
out.
mustache.
Mustache. Okay. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Tom Selleck mustache? Oh.
I don't know. Dominic shaved recently. And he's growing it back in, and he just looks there. I'm like, dude, because his mustache looks so scrawny now. Like, I don't know. All right. I have another one, Dave.
Wow.
Myself and my friend were on the Skyliner from Epcot to Hollywood Studios yesterday at approximately 1:30 p.m. We were sarcastically speaking on how we were supposed to be in Rio, Mexico on my bachelorette trip. But due to a series of unfortunate events, we had to cancel the trip. You live in Seminole, but like to say you're from Tampa. My friend would like to connect with you. We'd love to do future Disney dates with you and get our steps in. If you're in the group, please message me. Signed, one traumatized millennial to another. So she's actually reaching out for her friend because she was on her bachelorette.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, good friends. Let's stick together.
That's true.
That's nice. Nice of our friend.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, thank you for that, Tony. And that was
A misconnection.
on Valentine's Day. You had
We had Valentine's. Maybe we can get some people some dates for Valentine's Day.
We had a misconnection for sure with a married guy, and then who knows? You might get lucky with the other one.
Maybe the guy from Seminole.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And if anybody brings out a cake for your birthday, say, "Hey, I didn't order that," right away.
Yeah, but lick the top of it real quick.
Lick it first, right? And then say, "Hey, I didn't know it." Stick your finger in it as they're bringing it.
Poke it. Yeah. Poke it really good, and then say, "Wait a minute. Hey, can I?"
Anyway, David. So you had put out feelers a couple weeks ago. It was like New Year's. It was the day before New Year's Eve that you asked this question in our group, and people answered it, and then we just didn't get to it.
Yeah, we got busy, didn't we? We put out a post on our Friends of the Disney Crush Facebook group, and we said we love hearing from you about what makes our show and meetup special, whether it's behind the scenes stories, the fun Disney tips, or connecting with fellow Disney lovers in person. We're grateful for your support. So we asked you guys to drop a comment down and let us know your top moments, whether they're from the show, from our events, or just a Disney memory close to your heart. And we got some response.
Yeah, we did.
So, Rick Forbes from the Monorail Tales podcast said, I just like listening to friends talk about Disney.
Huh. You know, he lives in Florida now, and we need to hang out at the parks with him. I'm sorry, my Ring camera keeps going off. I don't know how to sign into that.
Yeah, he's a Floridian now. Isn't that crazy?
Why haven't we hung out with him much?
I don't know.
He's been here a few years now.
We just can't connect. I know. We have a misconnection with him.
With Rick Forbes.
Yeah.
Hi, Facebook. I'm hoping you'll help me. There's a host to the Monorail Tales podcast. And I'd really like to hang out with him.
I heard he was going to be in the park, and somehow we didn't connect. We missed him.
Each other.
I was on the bus and he was on the Skyliner. Somehow I saw him go by. Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Rick. We're going to find you sooner or later.
He and I did share cachapas once.
Ooh.
Literally.
Mm.
He was at that table where everybody got COVID. Everybody that ate the cachapas got COVID. Rick's wife, Brandy, is the only person at the table who did not eat the cachapas, and she did not get COVID. So we think that the server sneezed in the plate or something.
Something happened. Yeah.
Because everyone else at the table got COVID except for Rick's wife, who's the only one that didn't eat the cachapas. There was an episode of Seinfeld like that where the plate goes by and he sneezes in it. So, yeah, that's what I think happened. All right. Jeff Kessler. I like to say my favorite Kessler. The Sea of Orange at Epcot Dapper Day will forever be a top memory for me. And Jeff Apoka, the other Jeff, said, agree. As you say it, I can picture it. And then Jeff Kessler said back, Bubba Mac's vest, amazing. Because Bubba Mac had a orange vest that he had bedazzled, and he put the Disney Crush logo, the circle, on the back of it, which was, it was incredible. So if you don't know what Jeff is what the Jeffs are referring to is TDC, which was our meetup, TDC 2023. It was April into May. It was the last weekend in April of 2023. We had a big meetup. We had about 50 people, and it was Dapper Day that weekend. We had put out feelers in the group about if we wanted to do a themed some people bound for Dapper Day, to show that we were a group, to show group unity, to kind of dress to a theme for Dapper Day. And we put out polls, and the poll that won was Orange Crush. And that was not my idea. That was Jeff Kessler's idea. And it came to fruition, and everybody showed up in orange, and it was pretty amazing. And we got a lot of thumbs up and people saying things to us all day because we were the orange people.
Yeah.
It was hard to miss us.
It was. That was pretty amazing.
It really was. It was humbling too for me and Dave. So
yeah, and that vest that Bubba Mac came in, man, he came in, with that Disney Crush vest with the bedazzled Disney Crush logo on there. Mm-hmm. And it was funny because it was me and him, I think, and Kurt Stone. Mm-hmm. And we were hanging out in Animal Kingdom, and something came up about bedazzling something. And we were talking about bedazzling, and Bubba was making little remarks, unbeknownst to us, that we would later see this vest come to,
Yeah.
It was just funny moment. It's about the same time I touched Kurt Stone inappropriately too. But yeah. That happens.
It happens to everyone.
Yeah. Deirdre Watts also said that was amazing. So
yeah.
Jeff Opolka said, the first time I met Dave and Tony Ann was like meeting celebrities. It was kind of surreal.
Yeah. And I said stop, because that makes me feel we're just normal people. We're just normal people.
Yeah. And Lori Talamo said,
can I just tell you something about the Apolkas though? Because the first time I think I met the Apolkas was at G3 2019, and I met his wife Dee, and she came up to me and told me, that she listened to the podcast, that she loved the podcast, and she's one of those people that I didn't know listened, and it just humbled me and bowled me over, the things that she said to me that day. And I'm forever grateful to her for opening herself up like that to me, because sometimes you wonder, like, is anybody listening?
Yeah.
It was really, it knocked my socks off when she told me, how much the show meant to her.
Yeah, I don't think these people understand that when he says it was surreal for him. I think when we see them and interact with them on Facebook, and then we meet them in person, it's kind of surreal for me. And
it's surreal for us too. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I finally get to meet, Jeff and his wife, and so it's goes both ways.
Yeah.
Lori Talamo says, I felt and feel the same, and Kathleen Pantaleo says, agreed.
Yeah. Lori said this when we were on her podcast, which is Going Beyond the Castle, Lori Talamo. She said, I love the community you've built and how much you impact people's lives, and maybe you don't even realize it. The time that Tony Ann gathered the troops to support Talmadge still hold a special place in my heart. I think that will forever be one of my favorite things about the Disney Crush. Yeah, this group it's not about me and Dave, though. That is this group. That speaks to this group. Like when the Gingers had their tornado, we all came together. When Micah Austin was born, we all came together. We've had family members die, and other group members have supported them. And Dave had a lightning strike at his house. It just, we come together. Holy cow! When Judy and Ken celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary, this group just comes together.
Yeah.
So.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Holly Austin says, it feels like talking to friends we've known our whole lives, even if we only talk, not including Facebook, once a year and have only met in person a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's even, you get to know these people on Facebook, and when you meet them in person, it's I don't know, it's so comfortable with them because you feel like you know them already.
Mm-hmm. I've got an Austin size hole in my heart that I've had since February of 2022, because that's how long it's been since we've been in the same place as them. And I really miss them. So Alyssa Mela said, I love that your podcast is fun. You don't take yourselves too seriously. No, we do not. It's like listening to friends talk about your favorite subject. I also enjoy that you share your family and their stories with us. It makes a better connection. I feel like I know you even though we've never met. My favorite memory was during COVID and the shutdown, and we would do daily posts about different things about Disney to help keep the magic alive, even if we couldn't be there. Yeah, Alyssa was very active during COVID we used to do daily pictures. We used to do and like I said, I've said this before, for COVID, they told us it was going to be 2 weeks. So I was like, I started out with, okay, today we're going to post a picture of our favorite snack, and tomorrow we're going to post a favorite picture of our favorite resort. And then it got to be like day 300. It wasn't 300. Day 100, and we're like, okay, what? We started running out of things. But actually, we didn't run out of things. There was so much. It was like, post a picture of somebody in your family falling asleep at the parks. A bunch of people had pictures of people sleeping in the parks, of their kids in the strollers, and people sitting at a restaurant with their head on the table. And, we couldn't believe things like that we found. Post a picture of you, and it was Valentine's Day. Actually, it wasn't Valentine's Day because the parks were open on Valentine's, but it was around. And one of the things was post a picture of you and your love. And I'm just trying to think of some of the other things, but it was just funny. It was really important to build this community during COVID. I can't believe that we actually became closer as a community with the parks closed. Because when we first heard the parks were closing, we didn't know if we were going to be able to still do a podcast. What are we going to talk about?
Yeah, no, it was a weird time. That's for sure. And
then we decided right before the shutdown, we had started a live stream, and we had started a live stream right before the shutdown. So we were putting out 2 shows a week because we were doing a live video based program and the audio podcast. Mm-hmm. So, and we did it through the whole shutdown.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but we did because of this community.
Right. It was all because of this community. All because of you guys. Yep. Bill Mitchell says, the memory that will always be special to me is during Walt Disney World's 50th. Tony Ann and Dave coming to the Monorail Tales podcast meetup and treating us like family.
Yeah, that was
when
good
we met
time.
them, it was, again, you see them online and we follow them and we've been on their show. They've been on our show. And then we finally got to meet them in person. And again, it's like meeting friends that you've had for years. And it was just so easy. And we had such a good time just hanging out, laughing, and hanging out with them was really fun. It was a great memory for us as well.
So this lady named Mandy, I think I've met her once or twice. She said, Mandy Malinowski, she said, I love how you keep it real and don't sugarcoat details. It's extremely refreshing. I'm also besties with Tony, so that helps. So, but let me just speak to that we started this podcast, we made some friends, and now this woman in particular, I talk to on the phone every day when I drive home from work. Because I met a sister that I never knew I had, that I never knew I needed. And and that's and we, and I know you have friendships too that you've built through this podcast, and
it does that. And we had no idea that was going to happen.
We were just going to talk to each other about Disney.
Yeah. And then look what happened. Andy Hoffman, another great guy. The memories that are made and the friendships that are formed, the ability to go to Disney at any time, and you're likely to run into someone at the parks. Prior to meeting everyone, I never did restaurants like Citricos, Chico, Flying Fish, but now it's a must-do on every trip.
Yeah, I think this group has broadened our horizons. I think, and he's right. When we do plan a group trip, a lot of times we'll go to a restaurant that might be outside of our comfort zone because we want to hang out with our friends, and that's where they're going. And I think it opens you up to new experiences that you might not have tried if you were just going yourself. So.
Yeah, and it's true because so many times we're at the park and we run into some people, somebody, and had no idea they were going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, many, many times.
I love this is Jen Batchelder. I love the inclusiveness of our community and how Tony Ann says exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't sugarcoat things. I know a lot of Disney podcasts are all pixie dust and sparkles, and I'll say stuff that, that Dave and I have never been #hosted. We've never been invited to anything by Disney. And I'm sure the fact that we keep it real and don't think that everything Disney does is perfect is probably going to keep us from ever getting invited to anything. But that's okay.
That's fine with us.
I don't want to be a sellout. I want to tell you if I think something's good or if I think something's bad. So.
Yeah. Why? Yeah. You gotta know the truth. Here's your bestie, another bestie of yours, Glenn Kessler. I just love listening to you two just banter back and forth about Disney and Disney adjacent material. It's like being a part of the conversation with my friends, chatting about our favorite topics and people not shushing us to stop being weird, talking about silly stuff all day. But it's obviously so much more than that. Tony Ann's kindness and inclusiveness transcends the podcast. She's become a real world friend, one of my best, and can't imagine my life without her now, actually. And Dave's off-the-wall humor and playful naughtiness makes me laugh. Just don't go full PW on us too much, Dave. Thanks for putting in the time each week for us. We are better for having you in our lives. Wow.
He doesn't mean PB Herman when he said PW.
No, I know. Did you send him a check or something, or a blank check?
No, I didn't send him a check. No.
Okay.
I guess I can't refer to him as some friend anymore when I'm doing a dining review. That I went with some friends.
You can't say that anymore. He's one of your best.
Okay. Christy Houston says, Tony Ann keeps it real and makes me laugh. She regularly says what I'm thinking. So I guess her and Jen Batchelder both are like-minded with me because I say what they're thinking.
Of course you do. And that's good.
Yeah. Well, Christy's another mom, a special needs mom like I am. So I think a lot of her experiences with her children and me with mine. So we kind of have that understanding.
Yeah. And I'm the editor and I don't edit it out. I'm like, no, I'm just going to keep it in. Because a lot of times Tony goes, you're not going to keep that in, right? I'm like, I don't know. And then she has called me on occasion. I can't believe you put that in there.
Are you going to read this next one, Dave?
Sure. Okay. This one's from Deirdre Watts. Obviously, my favorite thing about the Disney Crush is Dave. And my second favorite thing is Dave. No. and, my, and my second favorite thing is how funny the two of you are together. I listen to and love all your shows, with guest or not, but my ideal is always the two of you bantering and sometimes bickering. And Michael's minute that ends with a call to dad and one perfect bing.
You better give that one a perfect bang. You better. I guess you'll like this episode because we're just bickering and bantering back and forth.
Not too much bickering.
No, but yes, she's Dave's number one fan. She's his biggest fan, like in Misery.
That blank check I sent her, man, you should have seen what she filled in. Jeez.
So Bubba Mac, our friend who with the sparkly vest, said, "Y'all have real conversations. It never feels scripted or rehearsed." That's because it's not. Seriously, sometimes we fly by the seat of our pants. Usually, we fly by the seat of our pants. It never feels scripted or rehearsed. And when I listen to it, I truly feel like I'm sitting at the same table, sharing that conversation with you guys. Lots of podcasts follow specific formats, which can make them feel redundant. And when I start an episode of your show, it truly feels like it could go anywhere. And I love that so much. I'd be remiss if I didn't add getting a hug from Michael as a high point of my life. Oh, Bubba. Bubba is one of those people that we didn't even know liked us. And then he showed up at our meet with this vest. And we were like, oh my God, he does like us. And we love him back. He's just a ray of light in this group. And I'm so glad to know you. So glad to see him. Haven't seen him a lot lately, but I know he's
been busy.
He's been busy. So
yeah. And he talking about revisiting the inside jokes that we did. I think you're right. I think it was around 200. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Bubba Matt came to us and said, I tried listening to your show, but it just, you guys have so many inside jokes just coming into it. I don't know what you guys are talking about. We were taken aback by that, about the inside jokes. That kind of helped us, but it kind of made us think, maybe are we doing too many inside jokes?
Too many, right, to keep us from... we don't want to ostracize new listeners. That's what makes it hard. That's why sometimes it makes it hard. We have a group of friends that goes to the parks a lot, and so they provide a lot of material for us. But then we get worried that, if we have the same people on the show every week, that's going to ostracize people too. So we try to bring on new people, and we've been trying to do that and be mindful of that. But we have friends that go to the parks a lot, so they have a lot of material. So it makes it hard because you need material to do a show every week. So,
maybe we'll revisit that and see what other inside jokes are.
If we have, because it was episode 200. Actually, I think we had recorded it before Bubba said that, and we told him go to 200. Yeah,
we did. We told him to go check that show out.
Kayleen was another one of those people that we didn't know were out there. I think you've got her comment.
I enjoy listening to you guys because it puts a smile on my face. I love your honest take on everything Disney. Thank you for all of your hard work. Well, it's not hard work. It's we enjoy doing it, and we're glad to do it, and we're glad you're listening.
Yeah, it's fun every week. It's really interesting how everybody says that they like that we keep it real. So I guess, Dave, our chance to meet Josh is out the window.
Not going to meet Mr.
I don't think he's going to invite me to dinner.
Not going to happen. But it's okay.
Because I'm going to keep saying that I didn't like Roundup Rodeo, even the second time. And I keep trying Homecoming. I keep giving Homecoming chance after chance after chance. Sorry.
Well, they're just missing out. So that's the way it goes.
I guess. I don't know.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it. So I guess
we really do.
Our take. What's your take on this, Tony Ann? We're just going to keep it the status quo, keep it going like we're doing, I guess.
I think I would like to have. We have some segment ideas that we've talked about to make new, and you've tried different intro methods, different segment segues, and things like that. And I think that's working well when I listen. I know you don't listen, but I listen every week.
Yeah, that's good.
And I think you keep it fresh. And what people don't know is, Bubba talked about how sometimes it's like, he said it's unrehearsed, but I'll be honest with you, sometimes it's like flying by the seat of our pants. And I tell people all the time, you do not understand what a good producer Dave is, because sometimes we get off and I'm like, I don't know how he's going to make a show out of that. And then he does.
Oh, stop.
Or we'll have a guest. You know, we love having guests, but sometimes it's challenging because people live in rural areas or people don't have the equipment that you need to get good sound. And so we'll have a guest and we'll record and it won't sound very good. And I'll be like, oh, that's not going to be good. And then he produces it and I listen and it's like the person's in the same room as us. It's amazing, some of the work you do.
Oh, come on now. Gee. Getting a little uncomfortable here.
Well, that's how I feel when people say that to me. It was surreal meeting you.
I know. No, it's, I guess over time, I'm always trying new stuff. And if it doesn't work, it works. And I get it too, because I've been a fan of podcasts for years and years before we started this podcast. Mm-hmm. Hopefully people will you'll just tell me. You'll tell me, or somebody will call me and say, hey, don't like that. And that's fine.
Well, I think if you're out there, if you're listening and you haven't been on the show, let us know you're out there. And if you have a trip report or you've tried something new or a tour or a restaurant that we haven't talked about, or even when we have talked about, reach out to us because we'd love to hear from you. Our email address is thedisneycrush@gmail.com, and let us know if you want to come on the show. But if you're an old friend who's been on the show 58 million times, you can reach out to us too, and I'd love to hear from you too. There's only 379 episodes, but if you've been on 5 million times, reach out.
You could become You could be another host of the Disney Crush.
Well, we have people who have been trying to do that too. I think he's in Minnesota right now.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He's been kind of quiet lately. I'm surprised.
You're not in my text chain.
I'm not. And that's why I don't. That's why I'm not. All right, Tony Ann. Well, anything else?
No, I don't think so. Okay, I hope that all the misconnections out there find each other, mm-hmm. and they're not married men with mustaches.
Yeah, when this comes out, Valentine's Day will be long gone, but
it'll still be Hanukkah.
Yeah, it's always Hanukkah. It's going to be Hanukkah for a while. And Rich, what's he got? 8 days or 9 days of this?
9 days of gift giving. He doesn't really have to.
I need to call him.
It's a span of 9 days.
It is a span. Wow.
Yeah. And he asked me the other day, do you want chocolate? And I'm like, no. He's like, okay, I didn't think you did, but I just wanted to check because I didn't want you to be upset if you didn't get it. I'm like, no, I don't want any chocolate. So.
Okay, well, enjoy your beginnings of your Hanukkah.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
That's it. All right.
The key of truth has spoken.
Put a check on that. Can you do that, Dave? Can you put a check on that one?